Hi guys, welcome to my first ever YouTube video, and today I'm going to show you how I do my makeup. I already went ahead and did my brows. I gelled them down with the Got2b glue, and I also use the NYX micro brow pencil in the shade black. I'm going to go ahead and use this Hello Kitty LED mirror that I got from Ulta Beauty, and I'm going to start shading in my brows. I don't really shade it in that much. I don't like my eyebrows that dark, but if I ever do shade them in, I like having a little shadow at the front or filling in the gaps that I have between my brows. Alright, then I conceal my brows with the Born This Way concealer in the shade Natural Beige. I try to use a thin brush so I could get my brows really precise because I don't want them looking like lost siblings. I want them looking like twins. Then I went in and started blending it with a fluffy brush, which is the exact same one I use for my concealer just because it's easier to blend. And I find it that blending with a brush gives me so much more coverage than it does with a sponge, because a sponge takes away all of your product. So after you're done using the brush, I always go in after with a sponge and press it just to get rid of that extra product that I might have, because I promise you, people could tell when you don't have makeup on your forehead. And I also brush it, the top of my brows, I brush them up so it distributes throughout my whole forehead. I also use a little bit of loose powder just to set everything in place. For primer, I use the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This is literally my holy grail. It's the best primer that I've ever tried. I've tried so many different ones, but nobody does it like e.l.f. And it's super tacky and lets everything stay in place for the whole day. For foundation, I use the Fit Me Matte and Poreless in shade Golden Caramel. I feel like it gives me such a natural look and it doesn't leave my face looking cakey. I also apply it with a flat brush. I feel like it gives me more coverage and that's the look I'm going for. And I blend it out with a fluffy brush because, again, I can't blend it with a sponge because it's going to take away all the product. And what I want to do is cover up my scars. For contour, I use the Too Faced Chocolate Sculpting Stick. This thing literally smells so good and it works amazing. It leaves such a nice finish, but it's also for me personally, it's really hard to blend. So you're going to have to drag it a couple of times. A lot of influencers tell you not to drag your bronzer because it ends up looking sloppy, but for things like these that are hard to blend, I drag it. Alright, so while I'm doing my concealer, I only use a little bit because this one's really full coverage, and I let it sit for about 5 minutes. And while I'm letting it sit, I use a little bit of contour because I love a bronzed look. It's never too much bronzer for me, and I feel like I didn't add enough the first time. Okay, so I blend my concealer with a fluffy brush because, again, it gives me more coverage and it also makes it look so smooth and nice. I've literally never gone back since I started using a brush to blend my concealer. Then I go over it with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Endless Summer. Again, I love a bronze look and I feel like this just makes it pop. It just brings all of my features out and it makes my face look so snatched. Meanwhile, with the leftover concealer that I have in my brush, I like to go over it a few times so it doesn't look too messy. For blush, I use the Juvia's Place Duo. I think it's in volume 4, and this is literally the most pigmented and best blush ever. So I try my hardest to only use a little bit. For nose contour, I do a little button shape at the tip of my nose. And if you have a big nose like me, I would consider shading in or contouring your nose in a little bit thinner than your natural shape because, girl, I used to struggle so bad with my contour. It literally looked horrible. I don't know who let me go out looking like that. But anyways, I don't really use eyeshadow like that, but with the leftover bronzer that I have in my brush, I like to put it in my eyelids. I like everything looking bronze. Like, I don't know how many times I have to say it in this video, but I just feel like it looks so nice. Then obviously, to clean up all the mess that you have on your nose, you're gonna have to use a little drop of concealer. I wouldn't use too much because it's literally gonna mess up everything. I only use a little bit, and I also try to put it at the side of my nose also. Ta-da! All right, for lip liner, the best freaking lip liner hands down, the MAC Chestnut lip liner. It's literally the best ever lip liner that I've ever owned in my whole life. It's the perfect shade and it lasts for so long. I also blended in with this random brush that I have. I don't know, I literally just blended in. And I am not using my expensive setting spray today because I'm doing this just for fun. Best powder, hands down, Wet n Wild translucent powder. It's literally so cheap for what it does. Like, this is the best blurring powder, and I'm very oily personally, and this helps me so much to keep my makeup matte throughout the day. I literally apply it everywhere because for the inside, I use this random butter gloss that I found in Ulta, and I think the shade is like Cream Brulee or something. After I'm done applying everything, I like to go over it with the lip liner again because I feel like it takes away the color, and I just like the brown popping out more. Then I use this gold highlighter from Revolution, and I think the shade is Golden Gal, but I'm not sure. But this highlighter, it's literally so good. The shimmer and everything even is flash proof. Like, whenever you take a picture with flash, it doesn't have any flashback. And once I figured out that I had yellow undertones, I've been using gold, like, in literally everything, even jewelry too. To curl my lashes, I use this lash curler from Tweezerman, and it literally has such a strong hold. It's so good. Like, look at the difference between this and this. Like, then I take a spoolie and I brush through my lashes to make sure that I don't have any clumps. And for mascara, I typically use the telescopic, but as of right now, I'm using this one from Essence because it gives me so much volume and it makes my lashes look so long and full. This mascara is so cheap, but it's so good. I also like to apply mascara to my bottom lashes. I always try to be careful when I'm applying mascara to the bottom lashes because they always get on the concealer under, and shit like this happens. For my waterline, I usually prefer black eyeliner instead of white because I feel like black fits me more and it makes my eyes pop. I really don't know where I got this from, but I think it's from Urban Decay. And it's probably discontinued because I tried looking for it and I couldn't find it anywhere. But it's a gold lip gloss and it's really good. And I'm also going to go ahead and use finishing spray on my face.
Doing the things that I never would know. Treat me like what's easy.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that it helped you. Bye!